think it's game over for Boris Johnson?
I don't seriously think this is going to be the end. I think there's been a lot of discussion about it, and I think a lot of that has also been light-hearted. I think that this is a time where we are sort of emerging out of the Omicron worry and fear and anxiety. This isn't a time like Dominic Cummings in the wake of that, where everyone was very angry because they were still living under so much restriction and still victim to that. I think we honestly don't want to go backwards that much to be historically picking holes in what was and wasn't quite within the restrictions at the moment, as much as it's being covered.
Well, that's, I think, a really interesting answer, isn't it, Andre? I mean, the Prime Minister, we know, has libertarian instincts. They haven't come to the fore in the pandemic, but then again, he's been under colossal pressure from the media to lock down, SAGE, of course, who are advising him, and the opposition. So do you think that in the end he might just cling on?
Well, it's a really difficult question. So whether he'll cling on is a different question to whether he should cling on. And where I'm at, and I imagine so many people watching this are at, is this. Boris Johnson attended these parties and did all these things because he's a giant hypocrite. He never believed in the lockdown. He never believed in mandatory vaccinations. He didn't believe in massive furlough schemes. He didn't believe in any of it, right? And he shouldn't, as the Prime Minister, he shouldn't have made laws that he then didn't believe in and was a hypocrite over. But then you ask yourself, what is worse, having a giant hypocrite in number 10 or having someone who's a genuine believer? You know, you look at Van Tam, obsessed with lockdowns. He's now left as a result of Boris Johnson's behaviour. Similarly, Keir Starmer would have locked down permanently. You mentioned Jeremy Corbyn, had he won in 2019. Perpetual lockdown. We assume that Dominic Cummings is having a go at Boris Johnson as a result of Michael Gove's influence. Once again, Michael Gove obsessed with perpetual lockdowns. So Boris Johnson has behaved abominably. But the question is, should we not forgive him on the grounds that at least he's a hypocrite rather than a real believer? And a real believer could really destroy this country.